when he walked out of Ketopkin Elementary School in the middle of the day without being noticed. She was naturally shocked.
We just got here to the staging area, so all four corners around Wayne Avenue and Dixon Avenue are blocked off with police tape. You can see behind me activity going on with police working the scene. All we know at the moment right now that one of their own was shot.
Most people don't like to pay for parking. Maybe there's that 1% who does. I don't know who those people are.
We're talking about Benson Garage Doors. They're based out in Gaithersburg. They tell us that some of their customers have been calling them, telling that someone is posing as a technician coming out to their house and replacing their garage doors. Well, since then, the company's actually put up this warning on their website to let people know about it.
Imagine if we were doing this live shot between 3 and 6 p.m., which are the prime hours for rush hour, and we would be looking at a sea of red brake lights.
International airports like Dallas could soon be added to the list of airports that have been screening travelers arriving from China.
The shop owner tells me that a woman showed up with 2 coins trying to sell them back in late December. He knows that these coins were actually stolen.
Off the top this morning, well, we've dodged a major winter storm here in our area. Take a look around. We're here at Falls Church High School. Not a person in sight, not a student, not a parent, not a teacher in sight, except for that school security guy right there. A Maryland teenager is under arrest, accused of murdering a woman in Lanham.
Well, all these people who've been using these tents under this bridge have to clear out, move out by 10 a.m. As you can see behind me, majority of them have already done that.
Court documents detail the threats allegedly made by Sonia Tapizada of California. Georgetown Visitation Prep School confirmed she has no connection to the school. The elite private girls' school owned and operated by the Roman Catholic Church announced on May 13, 2019, it would begin publishing news of former students' same-sex marriages in its alumni magazine. The documents further explain, a couple of days after the announcement, Tapizada left a message early on the morning of May 15th saying in part to remove gays from the magazine and that she would burn and bomb the church. Then a minute later, she called back saying in part she will blow up the school and call it a mission from God.
Whatever this woman's feelings are, I am certain that Pope Francis would not have been making such comments to the people at Georgetown Visitation.
David Fishback of PFLAG DC says, while he doesn't expect what he calls such hate against the LGBTQ community to happen, he's noticing how more and more religious institutions have been becoming increasingly accepting and inclusive.
I happen to be Jewish, and in the Reformed Jewish movement, we have been on the what we consider a godly view in terms of full acceptance of LGBTQ people for many, many decades.
Fox 5 reached out to the Baltimore, Washington United Methodist Church, which, according to his website, is also continuing to work on accommodating people from all walks of life. The bishop states, quote, "It lifts us out of the quagmire we've been stuck in for decades. The time for moving forward in new and separate expression of Methodism is before us."
Anytime people speak in an uncivil manner, in a hateful manner toward others, it's a sad day. I suppose one small silver lining in it is that this is a man bites dog story.
As you can see right now, the school does have a security officer in front of the school. I did reach out to the school a second time tonight asking them if they're planning to step up their security since these threats of this incident happened. I have not heard back from them. In the meantime, I did reach out to an attorney for Tapizada. However, I have not heard back from her as well.
Find me a Benson Garage Door in Gaithersburg.
It was this simple online search that Leah in Germantown says has now led her to fighting to get her money back.
The gentleman who came up and I said, "Why doesn't your car have a name? Benson Garage Door." He said, "Oh, it's a new car, I don't have a name on it."
Leah says that was the first clue that made her think something wasn't right. She says the man who claimed to be with Benson Garage Doors installed her door, but then when it came to paying for it, the credit card receipt looked a little weird.
There was nothing on the receipt. It doesn't say what product he used, what's a company name, what's his name, does it have a warranty.
Leah says she called the real Benson Garage Doors the next day, and to her surprise, they had never sent anyone her way. Plus, they told her they don't take credit cards, nor are they open 24 hours as indicated on her search.
We had had a couple of other customers in the past call us with similar complaints. If they do shoddy work and we get a bad reputation, somebody that's not us.
I did the same online search, and a 1-888 number popped up. When I called it, it just kept ringing. Then I called a cell phone number Leah gave us for the technician. I told him who I was and that he is being recorded.
You said you work with Benson Garage Doors?
Yes, garage door locksmith.
You're a locksmith?
Yes.
Okay, but then Benson Garage Doors is not a locksmith.
The man on the line continued to say he works with Benson Garage Doors until he directed me to call his boss. When I did, no one answered and no voicemail either.
I'm just hoping that this doesn't happen to anyone because I still don't know who these people are.
I would say when you do a search, look at where it's sending you.
I also reached out to the Better Business Bureau, and they tell me it's easy for someone to duplicate a website or digital ads for a business. But here are some things to keep in mind. Be sure to do your own research on bbb.org. The information is given directly from the business to the BBB before it's published online, and every consumer should verify that they are working and in contact with the correct business. Back to you.
We expect student diversity.
Meeting after meeting.
Nearly 50% of Clarksburg High School students.
Question after question. Several Montgomery County parents continue to worry about where their kids will go to school.
Right now, there's a lot of fear and confusion, and I think a lot of that is because of the lack of information and the lack of engagement with the community.
Just last week, Superintendent Jack Smith tried to set the record straight about what he says is misinformation circulating in the community.
I was at a meeting Monday morning when a person said, well, what are you going to do about the fact that you're moving students from Churchill to Silver Spring? I've had that question hundreds of times. No one on this board, on this staff, or in this school system has said anything like that. So that obviously was created somewhere else.
And that's why the district has been holding community meetings about how the district-wide boundary analysis will work. The goal? To help MCPS better understand the impact existing boundaries have on school overcrowding, student diversity, and proximity to school.
Two sides cannot seem to agree on anything, and that's puzzling to me. I mean, you know, listen to the taxpayers.
So what are some of the questions consultants are being asked? Well, according to the school board, the impact of the study on diversity, the impact of diversity on school performance, and whether the data and models they are using be made available to the public.
My wife might freak out if my kids had to go to Great Seneca instead.
Maybe give us a choice. Let us decide.